The difficult decisions that you make will lead to transformation. They will lead to changes, to the creation of the life that you love. It just means that you might have to go through this process, this transformation, this rebirth in order to get there. I don't know who this reading is for. I just felt really guided today that I need to do this reading. It's about healing. So let's go through, let's see what it is you need to help you on your healing journey. Just one of these. Whoa. Instant message, just feel like you've been bending out of backwards, bending out backwards, bending over backwards to people. Yeah. Okay, let's get the bottom of the deck on the one. There have been some really difficult decisions that I don't think you've wanted to make at all. No, the thing to get those at the end. Let's get the truth. I really feel like there have been you've been bending over backwards to try and help other people, and this has been at the detriment of your own emotional self. Now, you haven't been wanting to make some hard decisions. These hard decisions could potentially make things better, but the gamble is you don't know if they're going to make things better. And actually, because we've got the Queen of Water here, this would be the Queen of Cups energy. This is a deeply empathic energy. And the Queen would be very, there's this empathic energy, because they're so strongly connected to other people's emotions. It can be really, really hard to differentiate our own emotions from the emotions of others. And what I'm guessing here is that you've been putting off making a difficult decision because you've been worried about or feeling and sensing somebody else's emotions, so that you've felt chained to this decision. It's been weighing you down, and you would rather suffer yourself than actually go through a really difficult process in which you might hurt somebody else, but it would lead to death and rebirth. We have the death card here, the death and rebirth card, which signifies new growth, new life that comes from this period of transition, from change. There is definitely a resistance, or has been a resistance, to making this decision, and you could have felt very bound by it, bound by duty, bound by obligation. Now, this could be many different things for the different people listening and reading. It could be the weight of a very difficult relationship, or a job, or any kind of connection with other people that you feel duty bound to. And this sense of duty means you carry the weight, because you're sensitive emotionally. You carry the weight of their emotions and their experiences. But what we have to do is balance the weight of our own emotions and experiences and our personal experience of life and living. And actually, sometimes we think we're saving people from pain, and we might be in the short term, but in the long term, actually, everybody has their own growth processes. It's not for us to control or to prevent somebody else's emotional experience. And it's not for us to take control of that for them either. There is a sense here of needing to be able to release this experience and how everyone else may feel, and really focus on what is right for us in the truth of our heart, and making the best and highest decision possible that helps everybody. It comes down to truth. We have swords here. This comes down to truth. This comes down to making those decisions, the best decisions that we can make, which can be some of the hardest decisions. And there could be a lot of anxiety connected to this. But coming back to your emotions, really reconnecting with them and asking what is best for us, and not in a toxic way, not in a way that ignores everyone else, but asking ourselves that question first. What is it that we need? How do we feel as an individual around this situation? How does it make us feel? And then deciding, okay, I feel like this. I can't be in this situation anymore. It's making me feel suffocated, or it's making me feel deeply conflicted. I feel like it's derailing me from my purpose, or I feel like I'm being used. Whatever it is, get to the truth of how you feel, regardless of anyone else's emotions, and then explore the wider emotional implications of the decisions that you need to make. But don't let other people's emotional experiences govern your decision making, because we don't actually know how someone else may feel. I think as empaths, we carry the weight of feeling other people's emotions, but actually how they interpret that emotional experience cognitively is up to them. And that isn't something that we can immediately preordain. So you need to make the right decisions based on the truth of your own heart and your own emotional experience, because there is a rebirth coming that comes from change. What do we need to know, please, about the situation and making this decision? We've got the Ten of Swords come out. It doesn't surprise me. The Emperor is a very strong and sure energy, quite stoic, in fact. I've got the Ace of Pentacles there and the King of Swords trying to come out as well. Two cards here of real mental clarity. Real mental clarity. And this mental clarity is a thought process that leads to sound decision making. This is being able to make the wisest and highest decision for the situation that ends a very difficult and painful cycle. And that leads to new beginnings. So there is a decision to be made here. And the Emperor is a very stoic energy. And it's not to say that there is no emotions here. It's not to say that we should be devoid of our emotions, but definitely that we need to tune into multiple different experiences when making these decisions. So the first step is to tune into your emotional self. There's two messages here, actually, depending on who's listening. For some of you, because the Queen of Cups is in the reverse, you might not have been tuned into your emotions at all, and you could have only been making logical assumptions about things, or seeing what looks right without what feels right. And what I'm getting here is we either, depending on your experience, if you've just cut off your emotions because you've not wanted to sort of go into them, then feeling into your emotions is going to help you with this decision-making process. However, the logic side of this, if you were an empath that has been really struggling to make this decision because of the weight of the feeling of responsibility of other people's emotions, we aren't responsible for other people's emotional responses. But when we come from a place of truth and love, even when making hard decisions, you know, that is the highest thing that we can offer. It's kindness and compassion, but also being boundaried. And I'm really getting that this is a time for making a decision, and it could be a tough decision, but is ultimately the right decision. And it ends a very difficult cycle. And not only ends this, it leads to a new beginning. It's a disconnection. It feels like cutting something off, taking back your power. These two these two core cards here, they're holding on to their own implements of power. So this is letting go in order to bring in that power. It's holding on, it's channeling that personal power. And for me personally, when you look at these cards, they're holding them in their right hand, which is the way we direct our energy. So this is really taking back your power so you can direct that, but in a very grounded and fair way. But I'm excited. Let's get a little bit more on this new beginnings, please. This Ace of Pentacles. We've got the Queen of Pentacles, we've got Justice, and we've got the Sun that they did flip around in the reverse. Now, Just arranging this, sorry. I feel like this sun in the reverse, the way that flipped around, because I do read this day. I wanted to clarify this new beginning, and this new beginning is wonderful. I think there is fear associated with this because it's probably something that you don't see coming. It is something far more fair and far more balanced, and something that begins within you feeling comfortable. The Queen of Pentacles, she connects to, it's a very strong Taurus energy, and a very strong Capricorn energy as well. So there is this sense of earth energy, and we're in Capricorn season at the time of filming this. Not that this is relevant too much because this is a timeless reading, but channeling those energies. We're moving towards, this feels like moving towards a spring. This is a new beginning. That's something you are creating. And it comes by letting go the things that have been unfair, difficult, challenging, unbalanced, inducing anxiety. There is no amount of anything you can pour into anything that will repair it solely from your energy at the expense of yourself. As empaths, we feel that if we can just give and give and give and give, eventually those scales will balance. But actually, I think what you've realized through this situation, that giving and giving and giving and giving, some people will just deplete that. They will have no ability to create that sense of security or stability for themselves. And that's not to blame or shame anybody, but we have to learn as empaths when we have to take a step back, end this cycle, and refill our own cups. We've got the Ace of Cups on the bottom, and this is a new emotional beginning. This is new emotional fulfillment. So what I really feel is there could be fear surrounding this new beginning. You might worry that it won't bring you happiness, that this transformation won't bring you happiness. And what you really need to focus on here, because I do feel like with justice coming out, most definitely there is a rebalancing of these scales. And it might be that there is a period of this new beginning where you have to process this ending emotionally. But I feel like it's going to free up your emotional energy that leads to this emotional new beginning, that leads to a fast transition into something new. We've got the Eight of Wands beneath it as well. So even if things look at in the immediate short-term sense, if this is us looking forward to what we believe might happen, if we make this decision to make this change, you might feel like it's the right thing to do, but you won't be happy. And what I'm actually getting is that this stability, there might be some short-term discomfort as you work through this process of change. Ultimately, it's leading you to a far deeper, more meaningful and stronger foundation to build this happiness, this joy, this life that you love. Whether this is connected to your career or a new relationship, there is something new coming in, something far more fulfilling. Yeah, you've got the world underneath that as well. This is definitely a positive change, but there is a transformation process. And there is these promises of new emotional fulfillment and new material fulfillment, or a new material beginning, whether this is a new job, a new house, a house move. With the world, it definitely could mean moving house. So trust the process is what I'm getting from this. Trust the process. The difficult decisions that you make will lead to transformation. They will lead to changes, to the creation of the life that you love. It just means that you might have to go through this process, this transformation, this rebirth, in order to get there. And to do that first, you have to call back your energy, to really tune into the truth of your emotional self, and potentially make some difficult decisions that lead to this rebirth, to the sense of justice within you. Let's get one or two of these. Hope. I love this. Hope. Hope and believing in these new beginnings. Hope that things are going to work out. And I know, there we go. We've got Spirit as well, and Infinity. I love these. I love, love, love these cards for you. I'm hoping you can see them. I'm trying a new camera angle, so hopefully you can see them. Hope that new beginnings are possible. Hope that things will move, but also hope and faith. And this is hope that it becomes, I feel like at the minute you're probably in that state of really hoping that things are going to go your way. Trust in the spirit messages that you're getting. Trust in your path. Trust in your journey. Trust that wherever you are right now isn't, you know, these endings are rebirths. These deaths, these deaths in our lives, these changes, these life changes, whether that is a new job, a new career path, a new relationship, a new house, a new city, a new country for some of you. Have faith in that you are being infinitely guided towards the highest expression of your being, and everything that's changing is redirecting you to your highest path. You are being guided to your highest path, and this can feel like making difficult decisions, that sometimes the road is tricky, but trust it is leading you to your highest path. And we've got lots of full moon energy here, so really work with the full moon energy. Emotions are running high. Super moon, I don't know when the super moons are yet in 2024. I need to look into that. When emotions are running high, as they are, you know, you have to feel in to the highest truth of your emotional self and not act in a way that is going to harm others. I'm getting some really intense energy with this one. Come back to your heart. Come back to your highest emotional self and ask what the best decision for you to make is in that now moment. And that can mean making some tough decisions sometimes, especially decisions that we want to put off making. But it's asking that we make those for the right reasons at the right time. I really feel like just and for those of you that don't know me, I'm Anna, Alchemist of the Arts. Manifestation, wowzers. Pure intentions is one of the key words on the bottom of this card. We manifest from our emotional experience, from our belief of who we are and what is available to us. This process of letting go of what really isn't what we feel we want or deserve, or what we want to experience our life, or if you feel like there is a higher calling of some kind. When we make these decisions to release what doesn't feel aligned with us anymore, what doesn't feel right, what feels painful or uncomfortable, we're making a decision to choose ourselves. We're making a decision to step forwards and to claim a higher version or vision of our lives, of ourselves, of our experience. So this is you letting go of what isn't serving, what isn't working, what has become painful or non-fulfilling anymore. With love, with the purest intentions, not to harm anyone else, but also as we release them, as we release ourselves, we release them. And we give the others connected to the situation the opportunity and the possibility for growth. And that gives them the freedom to do the same for themselves. We can't control other people's lives or emotional experiences. We act with the highest intentions, and this allows life to manifest for all in new and sometimes surprising ways. Have faith in the process. If you felt guided to this reading, if you want to claim this, if there was wisdom in this, then please feel free to like, share, subscribe. But know your truth. Know what feels right for you in the purity of your own heart, and claim that new possibility, these new beginnings, by really connecting with your truth and to how that you want to move forwards. and trust that Spirit will help you and guide the way as you keep moving towards these. Even it's the smallest decision sometimes, to have a conversation, to journal your feelings and really get to the bottom of what you're actually feeling. As we do that, the universe reads that, Spirit reads that, and it moves us forwards in new directions. It opens new doorways, and that in turn just keeps ticking us in the right direction. So keep redirecting yourself. And for some, final message, I'm just really connected to the candles on these cards. So that might be something that you can work with. But a candle is also a small light in a very dark place. So trust that light and trust the way it is guiding you. Okay, I hope this helped. Just sending you so much love, and thank you for being here with me through this reading. I will see you and speak to you again really, really soon. Take care.